G'day One More Fly Squad, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaden and today I'm at Changi Terminal 1. We're flying Emirates 777-300ER from here to Melbourne. It's their 5th freedom flight that they resumed just a couple of months ago. It's a code-share flight with Qantas. So now without further ado, let's go check in with Emirates and check out the Emirates Lounge they've got here at Changi. When you walk into Terminal 1, you'll find the Emirates check-in on the right hand side, pretty much at the end of the terminal. I arrived at the check-in about 2 hours before departure, and look, there's literally no one here. Now just so you know, this is the check-in area for 2 flights. There's a 777 flight to Melbourne that we're catching, and another 777 flight from Melbourne going onwards to Dubai. So I was shocked how empty this was. Anyways, I just did the check-in, and now I'm in the airside. Eligible Qantas frequent flyers and Emirates Skywards members can use the Emirates or Qantas lounges here before their Emirates or Qantas flights. They're both located in Terminal 1, but in the morning, only the Emirates lounge is open. Qantas flights to London and Australia don't depart till the evening, so the Qantas lounges don't open till late in the day. So today, with my Qantas Gold status, I'll check out the Emirates lounge. One thing that Emirates Airlines do really well is how consistent their global lounges are. They all literally look the same, so the moment you step inside, you know you're in a Emirates lounge. If you fly a lot with Emirates, it's going to feel like you're back inside your home. The Singapore Emirates Lounge gives off a very old money vibe. The furniture looks luxury, and most importantly, the sofas and chairs are comfortable to sit on. All the Emirates lounges I've been have amazing buffet and wine selection, and this is no exception. You have fresh fruits, roasted beef salad, and a selection of hot breakfast food like bacon and eggs. The food is nicely presented, the croissants are practicing social distancing. Now move on to beverages. Unlike in Australia, you don't have to wait till 12 o'clock to have alcohol. You can help yourself with a can of beer, glass of wine, Moe champagne, and a good selection of spirits. Another thing that Emirates Airlines do amazingly well in their lounges is how much they invest in their flora. Every year they spend thousands of dollars in plants and flowers. By the way, here's a glass of mimosa with a Moe champagne. It's so good. Another great thing about the lounge is that it's got amazing tarmac view overlooking the runway. That is United Flight UA2 bound for San Francisco. It is United Airlines' longest route in their network. Just a few days ago, I actually flew UA1 from San Francisco to Singapore. So please do subscribe and click that bell button so that when I do upload that trip report, you don't miss out. The only con that I could possibly think of is that there's no toilet and no mirror in their shower rooms. It's pretty basic. For hair and body wash as well as conditioner, they've chosen the brand Voya from Ireland. So, to conclude my lounge experience, I really enjoyed it. It's a relatively massive lounge for an airline that only handles a few flights a day from this airport. Food and beverages is excellent, plenty of natural lights and great tarmac view. Now they are calling for boarding for EK405 to Dubai and our flight EK404 to Melbourne. So this is the plane that will take us to Melbourne on this day flight. It's a 7-year-old Emirates Boeing 777-300ER Alpha 6 Echo Papa Mike. Interestingly, this aircraft didn't fly in from Dubai this morning. If you look at flight tracking history, this plane just flew in from Melbourne, and the plane that flew in from Dubai is going back to Dubai instead of going to Melbourne. That's just some nerdy aviation information.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you. Welcome on board Emirates 777-300ER. My seat today is 18K in the mini cabin. Seat configuration in economy is 343, so it's not the best out there and definitely not as wide as their A380. But this gorgeous wing view make up for everything. Now to the seat features, you've got a large touchscreen TV, one of the biggest screens I've seen in economy, USB port, headphone jack, and then a TV remote. It's got a screen on it. It's quite cool because you can display the flight map while also having your movie displayed on the bigger TV. And then a teeny tiny little coat hook, a tray table that you can fold it and move back and forth. And then here you've got a cup holder. It will only work for plastic cups, not the paper cups that they offer for coffee and tea. It's not that safe anyway for hot beverages. And then down there you've got seat pockets, an extra pouch for greater storage. The room is about 33 inches, which is really generous. The middle and aisle seat have an extra USB port and universal power socket, but not the window seat strangely, so do watch out for that if you need to charge your laptop. Every seat has a soft adjustable headrest.
It is our pleasure to welcome you back in our continuation flight 404 to Melbourne. The flight time today is 6 hours 41 minutes with a final cruise level of 39,000 feet. You can follow our progress on the Sky Show channel on the video stream. The forecasted route way is expected to mainly route and destination weather will be Calgary with a temperature around 14 degrees Celsius. So we produce these features as possible just in case we encounter any unexpected time. Right now we are completing the paperwork and expect the departure time. In the meantime, please relax and enjoy our award-winning flight service. And we shall update you with arrival details just prior to descent. Thank you.
I think that because this is an empty flight, the cabin crew took this opportunity to do a little bit more than they usually would, by giving water to everybody before departure. A welcome drink in economy, that's a very super nice touch. Now 2 safety videos, one in Arabic, one in English. So our flight EK 404 to Melbourne is pushing back slightly earlier than 405 to Dubai. From observation, about half of the passengers on board originated their journey from Dubai and beyond. Economy class is super empty, about 20% full. Almost everybody got 3 seats or 4 seats for themselves. There's no premium economy on board. Business class has only 1 passenger. Yes, you heard me right, 1 singular passenger. In first class, it was half full, 2 out of 4 passengers. Looks to me that most passengers prefer the overnight flight on board Qantas, and that is of course also code-shared with Emirates. This Singapore 747 freighter just departed. Next is our turn. Shortly after takeoff, the cabin crew walked around the cabin twice with a Polaroid camera, but I was too shy to accept one. I did, however, accept the arrival card for Australia because I do have to fill in one. For soft products or amenities that they offer on this flight, you got a set of headphones, a blanket and a pillow. On an empty flight like this one, you can take advantage of unused pillows and blankets to make your poor man business class flatbed in economy class a bit more comfortable. From June 2023, all Emirates passengers who are Skyward members get free internet access. That, however, wasn't the case yet back in May 2023 when I took this flight. Now, I want to show you the IFE, the in-flight entertainment. Emirates Airlines do offer one of the most extensive selections on board. I guarantee you won't get bored, and you enjoy the experience because the screen is 4K and big. So you can choose from a wide selection of movies, TV shows, podcasts, live TV, as well as music. So this is the list for new releases. You've got a wide selection of Hollywood and Bollywood options. By the time you scroll through this page, you'll be in Melbourne. For TV, you've got selections from HBO, BBC and BBC Earth. Alternatively, you can watch the live TV. There are 4 channels, including BBC and CNN. Furthermore, on this 777, there are 2 external cameras on board, one at the front facing the front, and one at the belly facing downwards. Here's the flight map showing our route to Melbourne. It will fly over the city of Adelaide with a flight time of just over 6 hours. We took off at Singapore time 10:45 AM. It's now 11:35. I just received my special meal order, which is vegan. Just a 50-minute wait, which is reasonable for a slightly longer flight. For starter, I've got a fresh fruit bowl and fresh fruit salad. A small water cutlet like the one they gave before takeoff, bread and peach jam, real cutlery, and main course is like a salad but hot. You've got cooked potatoes, carrots, broccoli, as well as mixed vegetables with tomato sauce. My favourite part was actually the fresh fruits. It was all so fresh and juicy. For beverages, I went for amarula, my favourite type of Irish cream from South Africa. I think I got a faulty bottle, like I literally can't open it. I passed it back to the crew, they couldn't open it either. They brought it back to the galley to investigate it, and eventually they brought it back, the same bottle but with the lid open. What's your favourite type of specialty drink when you fly in economy class? Let me know in the comment down below. My favourite would be Irish cream, and on Singapore Airlines for example, I would definitely go for Singapore Sling. To wrap up the meal service, the cabin crew came back for a coffee and tea run. I opted for black tea. So if you put down the cup precisely and meticulously in the cup holder, it won't move, but it's strongly recommended you don't do so, and it also says so on the cup itself. By the way, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you're enjoying this video so far. If you do, please leave a like, comment down below, and share this video with your friends. And for those of you who are new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button. I upload a trip report like this one every week, so you don't want to miss out. You can also follow me on my social media platforms, so you can keep up to date with me with my travel. So currently we've got about 4.5 hours left. I'm going to take a quick nap. Welcome on board Emirates 777-300ER Economy Lavatory Tour. It's quite spacious here. You've got perfume and body lotion, paper cups, and you've got wooden materials everywhere and very calm yellow ambient light. You've got a full body length mirror and a coat hook. Pre-COVID, Emirates used to fly the A380 on this route. Judging on how empty this flight is, I don't think they'll bring back the Super Jumbo on this route anytime soon. A small refreshment was served just before landing, and this is my vegan refreshment. So there's a vegetable sandwich, so inside there's aubergine or eggplants, and also zucchini. On the side there's also a cake. For those passengers who didn't order a special meal, you will get a chicken wrap. Now I prefer this sandwich over the first meal that we received. The veggies were fresh and delicious, and even the bun itself was crispy and warm. For beverages this time, I went for a soda water. The Melbourne and Singapore route is already quite competitive. Emirates, Qantas, Singapore Airlines, Scoot and Jetstar all fly between Melbourne and Singapore. And in December 2023, Turkish Airlines are also going to start flying between Melbourne and Singapore as a 5th freedom flight originating from Istanbul. I do wonder how much the ticket prices would go down, and out of those 6 airlines, which airline would you choose when you fly in economy? Let me know in the comment down below.
The weather in Melbourne is quite good with a temperature of 13 degrees Celsius or 55 degrees Fahrenheit. We anticipate our landing at 28 minutes past 7 in the evening. If you want to reset your watches, right now it's 47 minutes past 6. Once more, thank you for flying with Emirates Airlines, and we hope to see you at the airport. Have a nice day.
I just went to the lavatory again to fix my hair and for the last toilet run, and went to the galley to ask for a cup of water. 30 minutes before landing, when the cabin crew are doing their cabin check, they also take away all the blankets. This is so they don't have to do it after landing. Apparently it's because they either have to do it now or after landing, but after landing they're not paid to do it. But they are still required to do it. By the way, look at how beautiful the ceiling is. We're getting really close to Melbourne Telemarine, so let's quickly conclude this trip report with Emirates right here, right now. Our journey today started at Changi Terminal 1. Check-in super quick and easy. There was literally no one there except for 10 staff and myself. Singapore Emirates Lounge is excellent, great food and beverages, lovely tarmac view, and overall a very comfortable environment. In the gate lounge area, after security, there's a specific waiting area for Gold and Platinum members of Emirates and Qantas, and the 3 passengers in business class and first class. Once on board, the cabin crew are very welcoming and friendly. They also gave out water couplets before we take off, so we're hydrated throughout the flight, including during the taxi. They were all friendly and professional throughout the whole flight. For the catering that I received, I want to say that again, the fresh fruits were absolutely delicious and juicy, and the sandwich I got prior to landing was really good as well. The main course that I received for the first meal was okay, but it looked a bit boring. Now for the seats itself, it's not ideal that the configuration is 343 on board 777, but fortunately the flight was so empty that everybody got 3 or 4 seats for themselves. So overall this was one great flight with Emirates, and for those wondering how much I paid for this flight, this is the last leg of my multi-city journey. My outbound flight was from Adelaide to Singapore via Perth with Qantas, and this is my inbound from Singapore to Melbourne, and it's code shared with Qantas, so on my e-ticket it actually says Qantas but operated by Emirates. If you choose Qantas, it's going to be the same price but overnight to Australia, so I paid $1,042 in total. So that's it for the conclusion today. Thank you so much for watching, I really hope you enjoyed. After disembarking, I'm going to do a Q&A, so stick to the end for that. And for those new to my channel, remember to subscribe and click that bell button, because I upload a video like this one every single week, so you don't want to miss out for sure. You can also follow me on my social media platform. On Snapchat, I post stories as I travel at my destination. On Instagram, I post stories as I fly on a plane. For those who want to make direct impacts into funding my flights, you can do so via PayPal and Patreon. Please check out the links in the description if you're interested. Thank you so much for your support, and see you next week. Bye bye.
And gentlemen, welcome to Melbourne International Airport. The local time is around 7:45 in the evening, and temperature is 13 degrees Celsius. Please keep your seatbelt fastened until the sign has been switched off. If you are continuing on Qantas domestic flight, please collect your luggage here for customs and quarantine clearance, and then go to the Qantas terminal. Thank you for flying Emirates. We hope you enjoyed the flight, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye, thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.
G'day everyone, what Fly Squad, welcome back to another Q&A, and thanks for watching my Emirates trip report. I'm in Queenstown, New Zealand. I'm very nice, warm and cozy. So question 1. What are your thoughts on millage or points brokers? Seems a good thing for people to use them, but aren't they ruining upgrade opportunities for legitimate customers? And do you think airlines are changing program rules as a result? Those websites to buy points or transfer points or sell points are usually quite dodgy. I don't trust them, but I'm sure people take advantage of that to get a cheap business class reward flight. I don't think it's a good thing when everyone uses them, because I think it will create perhaps inflation for those who actually do things correctly, because points also, you know, have inflation. It's like a currency, but airline currency. They're definitely gonna ruin upgrade opportunities, and I believe it could happen a lot in America because in America, when you have status, you get the upgrade. You don't need to spend points. But when people who aren't really quite eligible for upgrade, they could buy the points cheap online through the brokers and then redeem the points for an upgrade, limiting the upgrade availability for real loyal customers. And do you think airlines are changing the rules? In a way, maybe. I'm not too sure. Like, an example I could think of is Qantas with their physical club lounge passes. They used to give them out when you reach silver, or if you have a credit card with them. So people would sell them on eBay for money because they've probably already got gold or platinum, so they don't need the club pass to get into the club lounges. But Qantas have stopped giving them out. Instead, everything is now digital. You get digital lounge passes. You can transfer them to your friends and family, but for something digital, you can't quite sell them on eBay, I suppose. And also, I think they actually got eBay to like just ban them completely. Like, if you, let's say you log into eBay as a seller and then you want to sell your digital lounge pass, eBay's gonna shut down that listing quite quickly. So yeah, they're definitely doing something. Next question. Melbourne Airport was included in top 10 world's best. Do you agree? No way. It's efficient, but it's not the best for sure. And remember though, Skytrax or whatever, it's based on the number of votes, people who experienced it and voted them. So 2021 and 2022, 2023 perhaps, it's very tricky because you have a lot of airports, especially in Asia, like in China, Japan, Hong Kong, places that just reopened. You don't have many people who went through them the past 2 years, so people obviously weren't voting for them. So I won't really trust or rely on the results this year. The best meal you had on a flight before. Some of the best meals were always on Etihad. It just happened so. Like in economy class, I remember one time from Abu Dhabi to Hong Kong, I had egg fried noodles. It was insane. It was divine. And then one time on business class from Hong Kong to Paris via Abu Dhabi, everything was delicious. And I remember the dessert. Ooh la la, so good. If you were only allowed to fly one aircraft type for the rest of your life, which one would it be? I would say A380 or 747 because they're big. So you've got, I don't know, like more entertainment, as in like a bar, perhaps a shower room on Emirates. On Korean Air, you get in-flight shopping store at the back of the aircraft downstairs. Like you've got things to do, so you're not bored, and you've got a staircase. How many flights in total have you been on, and do you have my flight radar? So I kind of lost track how many flights I've been on because in the early days I didn't track my flights. But this year so far I've been on 55 flights. My 55th was Sydney to Queenstown on Virgin. Do I have my flight radar? I do. I use that to track my flights. I used to share them publicly, but I've stopped doing so because of privacy reasons. How much do you think has Hong Kong changed before and after COVID? So I'm not going to go into the politics, but when I go back as a resident or a tourist, like I don't get in as a tourist, but it feels like I'm a tourist every time I go back because I haven't lived there for a long time. Things have definitely changed, like inflation. Like I remember food used to be so cheap. Now it's catching up to Australian standards. attractions, for example, like the peak cable car went up by like 50%. Disneyland is so expensive now. The trams and the ferries, they're still so cheap, like less than $1 Aussie, but it did go up for like 30% recently. So in the Hong Kong dollar sense, it's quite expensive. What else? There's a bit more things now, like a lot more museums, nightlife, it's coming back, and a few more shopping malls, perhaps, like MTR also expanded quite a bit during COVID, which is good. What's your day job? So I just do YouTube for now. Which journey of yours did you experience the rudest crew? I rarely experience that, but I think sometimes, because sometimes cabin crew don't get paid till like after takeoff or after they close the doors. Like, I would get, let's say sometime a flight gets delayed on ground, the crew would just be so unhappy and mean because they would have to like serve water or stuff for a longer ground delay, but then they don't get paid. But once in a year, they're so happy. Like, I've experienced that for sure on Singapore Airlines, on Delta as well. When will you fly Cathay Airways again? Not sure. When I get the opportunity, I suppose. I did really want to fly Auckland to Adelaide. Unfortunately, they're shutting down that route soon in favour of a non-stop to Auckland. Yeah, so when will I do again? I don't know. Hopefully the A380 before they're gone, because they're going to go back to retirement again. Which airline or destination is on your bucket list? So I ticked off a few things in the past years. For airline that are still on my bucket list, Starlux, EVA Air, Asiana, most of the ones in Asia, I suppose, and Air New Guinea, like 767 to Hong Kong from PNG. And I can fly that from Brisbane or Sydney. Destination on my bucket list, some parts of Canada that I've not been to, like Montreal or Ottawa. Mainland China as well, like I've not been to Beijing. Shanghai I've been, but I was 5 years old, so I don't remember anything. Korea, I've been to Korea a few times, but it was always just South Korea, so I want to explore other parts like Jeju Island. Yeah, and the Middle East, I suppose, and like Dubai. I've not been to Dubai, not even the airport, actually. Can you sustain your flying hobby and life responsibilities through reviewing airlines full-time? Well, at the moment, I can, but things change, so... Well, I'm happy right now, so I can at the moment. That's all I'm going to say for now. Which aircraft do you despise the most? I don't really have an aircraft that I don't like. But perhaps if it's a 777 with the 343 configuration and it's full, it'll make me hate it for a while. Can you do a meet and greet for your fans in Singapore? So I don't really do like a big scale of meet and greet, but I often do one-on-one. Like, I do that quite often actually when I travel to Singapore, Australia, Hong Kong, and a few other places I've been to. I do enjoy meeting subscribers one-on-one, like, because everyone's got like the same hobby. We all love to fly. Yeah, so a lot of things in common. But that meet and greet for like, a big scale, it's just not my thing. Like, socially, it's not my thing. Oh, that's it for the Q&A today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Again guys, thank you so much for watching, and a big shout out to my Patreon members and PayPal Me supporters for their continuous support to my channel. See you next week when I upload another video. Bye bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Melbourne International Airport. The local time is around 7:45 in the evening, and temperature is 13 degrees Celsius. Please keep your seatbelt fastened until the sign has been switched off. If you are continuing on this domestic flight,